Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson. Tonight, the 2020 presidential race is effectively underway and has been since the midterms in November. The most formidable candidates have not officially announced yet. They want to be fashionably late to the party, but it's obvious who they are. Their shadow campaigns are busy lining up donors, ginning up publicity, and trying in general to seem impressive. The most vigorous contender in this group is Robert Beto O'Rourke of Texas. O'Rourke nearly beat Ted Cruz in a Senate race this fall, you'll remember. Democrats love him for that. Affluent progressives on the coast love him best. He's one of them. In the betting markets, O'Rourke is now the favorite to win the Democratic nomination. 2 years from now, he plausibly could be sitting in the Oval Office. So it's worth taking Beto O'Rourke seriously. What kind of president would he be? Well, at this point, we can only guess. We do know that, like most people in his social class, he is totally against border walls.
We'll fight when necessary against a president who's focused on building walls.
No wall is going to solve legitimate security concerns.
Then perhaps you can be forgiven for thinking that a wall is going to solve a problem.
We in El Paso are ashamed of this now, but this is going to be one of those moments where the folks in Germany look back on the Berlin Wall, or the United States looks back on its project to intern Japanese Americans during World War II.
Did you hear that? So Berlin Wall bad, border wall also bad. Indeed, bad, very much like interning the Japanese during World War II was bad. It was another racist attack on Asians from the FDR administration or something like that. Whatever. Walls are bad, okay? So far, that's been about the sum total of what we know about Beto O'Rourke's policy views. That, and he also went to the dentist recently. We know because he put it on Instagram. But thankfully, now we know even more. O'Rourke just did a 2-hour-long interview with a reporter from Jeff Bezos' Washington newspaper, the Washington Post, which, like O'Rourke himself, is a full-time mouthpiece for guilty rich people. O'Rourke knew he was speaking to his own community, so he relaxed long enough to explain what he really thinks about things, including border walls. Walls are bad, O'Rourke explained, not just because they intern perfectly decent Japanese people, but because they literally commit murder, or rather, we commit murder when we build walls. As O'Rourke put it, if you construct a barrier along our southern border, quote, you will ensure death. You and I, as Americans, have caused the deaths of others through these walls, end quote. Let that settle. Whoa. We killed people, and we didn't even know it. That's pretty heavy. How many people did we kill? Should we turn ourselves into the authorities or prepare for life on the lam? Do we need new passports, cosmetic surgery? Does Paraguay have an extradition treaty? So many questions. The real question, though, is what the hell is Beto O'Rourke talking about? To be fair, it's not like he's pretending to know. O'Rourke makes it perfectly clear that he has no idea what he's saying, and that's okay. He's not embarrassed about it. When the Washington Post asked O'Rourke what he would do about illegal aliens overstaying their visas, which is a huge part of our immigration crisis, he answered this way, quote, I don't know. Thank you, Mr. Spicoli. Please take your seat. Beto's not into details. Beto's into ideas, big ideas, ideas of the future, sweeping panoramic truths about being and personhood and new modes of authentic expression, the kind of stuff that would spill your bong water and blow your mind. Beto's not a micro guy. He's bigger than that. He's a transformer. And what Beto wants to transform next, after failing to transform Texas, is nothing less than the United States of America, starting with the beliefs this country was founded on. That's what he told Jeff Bezos' newspaper. Does this still work, he asked, this being America? And Beto isn't so sure. And so he asked the question that future historians will recognize as a pivot point in the life of this country. Can America, quote, still be managed by the same principles that were set down 230 plus years ago? And that's not a small question. The principles Beto refers to would include the Bill of Rights, freedom of speech, freedom of religion and assembly, the right to self-defense and a fair trial. Does any of that still matter? Or are those all just old ideas, stumbling blocks that are preventing people like Beto, good and brilliant people who went to Columbia and have beautiful weekend homes, from getting the power they need to turn this place into a truly awesome country? A country where skateboards outnumber SUVs and everyone is thin and has quality childcare. A nation that values hot yoga above football. A place where insensitive thoughts are banned and punished appropriately. Beto doesn't know the answer to those questions right now, but he's thinking about it.